Hello everyone, welcome back to our offline class. Today once again I am here to talk with you about a new topic. So dear students, as you know that we started our revision. In last video we revised our first lesson. Today again we are going to revise our second lesson. So our second lesson is sources of history. So students, as you know that history is studied on the basis of sources. Without the sources, we cannot imagine the study of history. That's why the sources are very important for the study of history. So students, as you know that there are three main types of sources of history, that is material sources, written sources and oral sources, right? So first we will see material sources. So students, as you know that man use variety of things in his day-to-day life, and these things are known as artifacts. So whatever things or whatever artifacts man used in past, that provides us a valuable information, and by studying these things or that artifacts, we can know about the past. So these artifacts are known as material sources. So in the artifacts, it includes old coins, structures, monuments, forts, the things used in past. These all forms the material sources of history. So now second type of sources is written sources. So students, as you know that written sources, during Stone Age the script was not developed, but the man of the Stone Age recorded the events which took place around him in the form of paintings. Whatever experience they got, what they saw, what they feel, these all things they recorded in the form of paintings. Like, because script was not developed up to that time. So students, in the beginning man used sign and symbols to record the events which took place around him, and it took thousands of years to develop the script. So in the beginning man wrote on unbaked bricks with the help of pointed objects. Then he also used Bhurjpatra to record the events, to record his experiences. Means Bhurjpatra also used by man to write. Second thing students, as you know that records of the judgments, declarations, donation were also written in ancient times with the help of different things, right? For example, copper plates, stone inscriptions, these all you can see into pictures. So these all things are the examples of the written sources. So now last type of sources we have to see, that is oral sources. Oral sources, now we have to see ovies, folk tales, folk songs. These all things pass from one generation to another generation in the form of words. These ovies, folk tales and folk songs are not in written form. That's why they forms a part of oral sources. So these ovies, folk tales and folk songs pass from one generation to another generation by a word of mouth. So that's why these are known as oral sources of history. So students, in this way we learn material sources, written sources and oral sources. Now we have to see sources of ancient Indian history. So students, first we have to know that the period of ancient Indian history extends from Stone Age to 8th century. Up to that, script was not developed. That's why written records are not available. So which are the sources of ancient Indian history? So students, you will learn in Vedic civilization that Vedic literature. The Vedic literature and post-Vedic literature forms a source of ancient Indian history. So Vedic literature includes Brahmanas, Upanishads, the epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata, Vedas, the Jain and Buddhist literature, plays, stone and pillar inscriptions, and travelogues of foreign travelers. So these are the sources of ancient Indian history. So students, at last we have to see the precautions while writing a history. Means if we want to write the history, so which type of precautions we have to take, that now we have to see. So students, whatever sources we are studying, it is not necessary that these all are correct. Means we have to examine the sources which we are studying. We have to check their credibility. We have to use authentic sources. So how we can get this? So we have to examine these all sources. So while writing the history, the sources we have to examine, and we have to cross-check the sources before making a conclusion. And if the sources is written, so it is not necessary that it is authentic. It should be critically examined. Why written, who written, when. Like that, critical examination is necessary before writing the history. Students, this type of precautions we have to take while writing the history. So students, in this way we learn the second lesson, that is sources of history. I hope you understand this lesson. Okay, thank you.